welcome to the How to Podcast series. It's Dave with you. I'll be doing well. I am bringing back an episode from the past. I am bringing it forward, paying it forward. And this is an episode that I did about YouTube when I setting up my YouTube channel for my podcast. And I thought, I'm still helping people do this, still getting lots of questions about setting up their YouTube channel. And I thought, well, instead of recording a brand new episode and repeating everything I just said, I'm just going to bring this back to you because most likely you haven't heard this episode. Maybe you're new here, or you haven't gone back to listen to the archive of all the old episodes. So bring it forward, share the content with you so that you can use this as a guide as you go out and set up your own YouTube channel. And again, like I mentioned in the episode, if you need any help with this, happy to help you anytime. At howtopodcast.ca, we can do a screen share. I can walk you through all the steps, get you all set up, and happy to help. Happy to do this anytime. So let's jump in. This is a repeat, a recycled, upcycled. Yeah, an upcycled episode of the How to Podcast series, bringing it forward into the more current episodes. And if you haven't set up your YouTube channel yet, then this episode's for you. Thanks for being here. So you're going to start loading your podcast to YouTube. YouTube has a button now where you can take a playlist, turn it into a podcast. Now, all of the traditional podcasters from back in the day are not going to like us using the term podcast on YouTube because YouTube's doing things differently. But that being said, let's not get into all that. Let's just get into the fact that YouTube has this option now to turn a playlist into a podcast. And that's what they're calling it. I like it. It's working for me. And simple to do. I can help you through this if you have any questions, because I've done it for all of my shows. But take a playlist of all your episodes that you've uploaded to YouTube, however you do that, whether that's a video version of your podcast or a still image with the audio attached, whatever. You can do that through YouTube now, and it's a playlist. It's great. And when I did a recent search on one of my podcasts, it came up as number 2 in the search results next to my website for my podcast on page 1 of Google. So it's working. So please, please, please create a YouTube channel for your podcast today. And I have 2 tips for you because I got my hand slapped by YouTube. Ooh, and I wanted to share with you so you know this off the bat because nobody told me. And I was a little scared and shocked when I saw the message come through. So first of all, create your YouTube channel by creating a brand new Google email address and make it separate from your regular one. If you're using Google as your home regular email for your podcast or personal email, attached to that is all your Google Drive, all your sign-ins, everything. If you use that same email address to create your YouTube channel, just be aware that all that's tied together in one big package. So my suggestion, I didn't do this, and I wish I did because no one told me. I would create a second email address, something close to the name of your podcast, whatever you want to call it. But this is going to be an email address just for your YouTube channel, okay? And use this to create that channel, okay? Instead of using your regular email that you normally would use. Trust me, if something goes wrong and YouTube doesn't want you there anymore, if you break a rule, and like me, I broke a rule I didn't even know, that way you're not tied, it's not tied to your regular everyday Gmail account. Get a different one and use that to create your channel. Again, if you have questions on how to do that and how to set up your YouTube channel, I'd love to help you. Now, here's what happened. I had put in a YouTube or a website address link in my show notes on YouTube. And it was the actual https://www and the guest's website. Now, something happened to my guest's website and their website got flagged for some reason. And it traced its way all the way back to my YouTube channel and my post encouraging people to go to their website. YouTube flagged that website address, not mine, but my guest's, and gave me a warning saying, hey, you can't send people to bad websites. Again, I had no idea that there was a problem with my guest website. And for whatever reason, it was down or it was bad, but it was in my show notes. So my suggestion to you, if you're going to put any links to any of your guest websites, because this could happen to you anytime in the future, and it'll blindside you like it did to me, you don't want to send people to bad links. Okay? So one thing you should do, maybe instead of doing the entire address to your guest website, just shorten it. So for me, livingthenextchapter.com, just type livingthenextchapter.com. Type howtopodcast.ca instead of doing the https:// all that. Just do the shorter part of it, and people will be able to find it. So that's my suggestion for you, because you need to future-proof your posts on YouTube, because they only give you like a warning and then maybe a couple more warnings, and then they just pull everything off. Like you're done. And that's the last thing I want to see happen to you. And it scared me. So, lesson learned. Don't put the entire website address that you would see in the search bar or in the bar above on the top of your screen, all of that stuff. Just put a shortened version of it so that you don't get dinged by your guests having a bad website address. Okay? It's not your fault. If it happens and your guest website goes down or something's wrong with it, I just don't want to see it happen to you where you get flagged because you have a bad address in your show notes. Okay? So 2 things. Again, create an email address and set up your YouTube channel under a new Gmail account just for YouTube. Again, if something happens to your channel and you get flagged by something like this that is really beyond your control, you might lose your account, but you won't lose your podcast, and you won't lose whatever else is attached to that Gmail account. Okay. Like your Google Drive, all your Google documents, your photos, everything is attached to that one email address, right? So caution, create a new email address for your new YouTube channel in support of your podcast. And number 2, don't put the entire website address for the entire address that you would see into your show notes, just in case your guest's website, something bad happens and it reflects poorly on you when it's completely out of your control. Okay? Very simple tip for you. Again, I wish somebody had made this podcast for me, and I would have listened to my own advice at the beginning. And for my next YouTube channel, I'm going to be definitely creating a separate email address. And again, watch those links. Guys, if you need help with your podcast, especially getting it onto YouTube, I would love to help you. howtopodcast.ca. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Thanks for being part of the community, and get out there and do a podcast today. So I get asked quite often, usually at the end of a podcast, like right now, Dave, how can we help you? Like, how can we, as a listener, support the show? Can we come rake your leaves? Can we cut the grass? Shovel the snow? Watch your dog? Help you move? What can we do? Clean your dishes? Oh, that'd be interesting. Well, if you can't do that because, you're in Poland, maybe you can help us by supporting us with our Buy Me a Coffee. It's right there on our website. And, it just will help us to, stay fueled because, we drink a lot of coffee around here, and it helps the show. So if you want to help us, it's out of the goodness of your heart. I can tell you that listening to the podcast to this point, you've already helped us so much. But I do have people saying, Dave, I'd love to give back something small, even just to the show. Buy Me a Coffee link is on our website at howtopodcast.ca. And you can support the show that way. It would mean a lot to have you on our team supporting what we do here. If you find value in the show, then that's great. Share the show, tell somebody about it. And when somebody says, Dave, I want to start a podcast, who should I check out? Oh, you should go check out the How to Podcast series, because of all the great co-hosts and all the things that happen here, the meetups, everything. And I would appreciate that. And then fill our cup once in a while if you can. But again, thank you so much for being here and supporting the How to Podcast series. Take care. Talk soon. You're still here. Awesome. Okay, so again, YouTube playlists are really important for you as a podcaster, especially after you've done numerous episodes and you have buckets you could put your episodes in. So you have your main YouTube channel with your RSS feed feeding YouTube. Great, good. And now you can create little sub podcasts like underneath the main podcast where you put these episodes. So if you go to my YouTube channel for the How to Podcast series, you can follow through my howtopodcast.ca website. It'll take you right to my YouTube channel. Go look at those playlists and steal that. Make sure as well you give your podcast playlist a good title, like something that's intriguing, and then also a good description as well. And pull in all of those SEO terms that people would be using when they search on YouTube. Don't make it spammy. Like, don't just throw in 35 words and hope for the best. Put it in sentence form, put it in question form. What is the best microphone under $20? Like something like that, right? Put it in question format. That helps. And make sure you use, there's a number of characters there. Use as much as you can. The more words, the better in there. Good words, not just words, good words. And fill out your description of the playlist as well. It's going to help you. And I'd love for you to send me a link to your YouTube channel so I can go take a look as well. Maybe I can give you some recommendations. But I'd love to see what you're up to, what you're doing with this episode. Thanks for being here. See you tomorrow.